You know that feeling.
Yeah.
When you step off a plane somewhere new and everything just feels a little off.
Uh-huh. The sounds, the smells, everything.
Exactly. Well, today we're kind of diving right into that feeling. We're looking at a Thai student's 15 really packed days in Oxford, England.
Right, focusing on the language learning, the cultural immersion, all of it.
And we've got this great source material, their personal
Mm-hmm.
account. It's called the Kobakan Futnikurkantan, which roughly translates to placed message.
Like a message left behind. It sounds like a real snapshot, doesn't it? Visa issues, unexpected trips. Sounds like Wales makes an appearance.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to Wales. But our mission today, for you listening, is to really dig into this. What are the key takeaways from such a short, intense trip?
What can we all learn about, language study abroad, cultural encounters, even just handling those travel curveballs life throws at you?
We want to give you the essence, basically, without you having to queue at Heathrow.
Consider it your shortcut to understanding what a short-term exchange is really like.
So we'll follow the student from, like, the pre-trip jitters and those first glimpses of Oxford,
Through the mishaps, the classes, the new people.
right up to the goodbyes. Okay, so the adventure kicks off even before they leave Thailand.
It really does. The student apparently applied pretty last minute, saw something on Facebook and just went for it.
Wow, talk about seizing the moment.
It really strikes me that element of chance, not some big, long-planned thing.
But it wasn't just, jump straight in. There was prep involved, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
3 months of English study back in Thailand first, which sounds sensible. A way to build a foundation.
What do you reckon that helped with most? Just basic vocab or more?
Probably a bit of everything. Vocabulary, grammar, sure. But also maybe just getting used to hearing English. Some cultural cues, perhaps. Reducing that initial shock.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But even the best plans.
Exactly. Hit real-world snags. Visa delays.
Yep.
Big ones.
Yeah, nearly 3 months the trip got pushed back. Imagine that. Wait,
It really teaches you about flexibility, doesn't it? Right from the start. Bureaucracy happens. You just have to roll with it.
probably made them even more excited when departure day finally came.
I bet. So September 9th, 2022, midnight at the airport.
Meeting up with 17 other students, 2 supervisors, like a little team setting off together.
That shared experience can be a huge support, especially at the beginning.
And the journey itself sounds epic. Oman Air via Muscat.
Yeah, 6 hours to Muscat, then another 7 to London. That's a long haul.
Landing at Heathrow, 7:00 p.m. UK time. They've crossed time zones, seen different airports.
Only to hit another queue.
Ugh, immigration. 2 hours waiting.
After all that travel. That's draining. It's a good reminder for listeners, maybe.
Definitely factor in delays. Pack your patience.
But then, a friendly face. Kim from the Oxford International Study Center, OISC.
Ah, salvation. With info and, crucially, those Keylink bus passes.
Free travel around Oxford. That's brilliant. A small thing, but it makes such a difference for exploring.
Takes away one big worry, doesn't it?
For sure. Shows good support from the program.
So, from Heathrow, a bus, to Thornhill Park and Ride, then finally meeting the host family.
In a place called Blackbirdly, arriving around 11 p.m. What a marathon first day.
Just totally exhausting, I'd imagine. Straight into a new home, new people.
But the next day, day 2, was their first proper look at Oxford.
Yeah, their host and the hosts of their friends Champ and Ben showed them around, putting that bus pass straight to work.
Having that initial guided tour is so valuable, isn't it? It gets you oriented.
Makes you feel a bit less lost, I suppose.
Totally. Gives you a bit of confidence.
So first stops, Oxford Castle, and then this church with really loud bells. Champ found it funny, apparently.
Ah. It's often those little sensory details, isn't it? The sounds, the smells you weren't expecting.
They stick with you. They walked along St. Thomas's Street, grabbed food at Wendy's, maybe a taste of home.
Could be. A bit of familiar comfort. But then something very British.
Ah, the pub, the Cow and Creek.
And their host actually explained the whole concept. A public house, a casual place for drinks, food.
That's actually really helpful context. It's
Yeah.
not always obvious.
No, it bridges that cultural gap, helps
Yeah.
them understand how to engage with it. And getting treated to drinks, nice touch.
Really welcoming. Sets a good tone. Okay, but the next day, things went a bit sideways.
Ah, yes. The plan was Bath. See the Roman baths?
Sounds lovely,
Hmm.
but travel disruption.
Because of the Queen's passing, the Oxford train station was closed. Replacement buses instead.
Right, instantly throws plans into chaos.
Yeah.
Shows you need to be adaptable, yeah.
Absolutely. You've got to be ready for anything. They managed to get group bus tickets to Bath. Cheaper that way. Smart move.
But the journey, oh boy.
Yeah, quite the saga. Bus to Didcot Parkway Station.
Okay.
and then they got on the wrong train.
No. Where did they end up?
Newport.
In Wales. Wales? Seriously, how does that even happen?
Easily done when you're new to a system, I guess. Bit confusing. Probably a moment of panic. Or maybe just confusion.
I'd be panicking, but maybe looking back it's funny.
Probably. But thankfully, the railway staff helped them out. Rerouted them via Bristol to Bath. No extra charge.
Oh, that's good. Shows the system works, even when you mess up.
And highlights, don't be afraid to ask for help. People usually want to assist.
Good point. So they did eventually make it to Bath.
They did. Arrived around 12:30, got to see the Roman baths.
And the audio guides looked like old mobile phones. That's a fun detail.
Little things like that. They saw Pulteney Bridge, too. Then dinner at a cash-only burger place.
Cash only. Getting rarer these days.
And apparently the portions were massive. A real local experience, maybe slightly overwhelming.
Sounds like it. Okay, day 4. Back on track. First day of classes at OISC.
The main event, really. Met their tutors, Heather and Stephen, classes 9.15 to 12.30.
A proper routine starting. Lunch at Westgate Shopping Center street food. Quick and easy.
Yeah, those structured classes give a focus, right? Build skills, confidence, and lunch together helps the students bond.
Then the afternoon was more classic Oxford sightseeing.
A walking tour. Past Christchurch, just the outside, mind you, costs to get in.
Huh?
Radcliffe Camera, Hertford Bridge, the Bridge of Sighs.
Quintessential Oxford. Seeing it in person must be different than just pictures.
Oh, yeah. The scale, the history. Walking around makes it real.
Evening was practical stuff, grocery shopping. But then, a bit of drama.
A little financial scare, yeah. A fraudulent transaction popped up on their U-Trip card.
Oh no. Was it much?
Thankfully, no. Just over £5. But still, it's a wake-up call, isn't it?
Absolutely. Need to be careful with cards abroad.
And have a backup. They locked the card right away, contacted the bank despite the time difference. Smart move.
Definitely. Shows you need to stay alert. Okay, day 5. Started with getting a bit lost.
Happens to everyone. Led them to a convenience store, though.
And an attempt to buy lottery tickets.
Yeah, Euro Millions and Thunderball, just for a bit of fun, but apparently you can't pick your own numbers in the UK. It's all random selection.
Oh, interesting. Little cultural difference right there.
Yeah, maybe a different view on luck or something. They checked on an app. No wins, sadly.
Oh, shame. Morning classes as usual. Then the afternoon activity sounds amazing.
Punting on the River Thames. Or the Sherwell, probably, if it's classic Oxford punting.
Right, that iconic flat-bottomed boat thing. That must have been cool.
Definitely. And they also tried out the Voy electric scooters.
Oh, the modern way to see the city. Download an app, scan your license.
Yeah, bit of tech involved. Fun, though. Mix of old and new ways to get around.
And the day ended with fish and chips.
At Champ and Ben's host family's house, a proper home-cooked British classic. Sharing food, such a connector.
Totally. Okay, day 6. More classes, focusing on IELTS prep now.
Getting a bit more serious with the language study, lunch was at the Covered Market.
Ah, heard of that. Sounds like a real local spot.
It is. They had jacket potatoes, very British. Then afternoon at the Ashmolean Museum, which is right near the study center.
Convenient, and a really nice gesture that evening.
Yes, giving a hand-woven scarf from their home region to their host family, Anam and Hafsa.
That's lovely. Sharing a piece of home really strengthens that bond.
Absolutely. It shows appreciation. Day 7, another food moment. Hot chocolate from Sainsbury's.
Which they nicknamed to Maganga Call. That's brilliant. Making it their own.
It is charming. And they used Apple Pay with a Wise card, noting how easy contactless payment is.
Oh, yeah, it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
Changes travel so much, not needing loads of cash.
Wise is great for that. Designed for international use.
Yeah.
Reduces those fees.
Good tip. Afternoon plan hit a snag, though. Balliol College is closed.
Yeah, happens. But it led to an interesting detour. They used Google Maps and found the Thai temple in Oxford.
Oh, wow. Seeking out a bit of home, maybe?
Could be. Or just curiosity. Finding that connection, that familiarity in a strange place can be really comforting.
I even spoke to a Thai monk there who'd been in Oxford over 10 years.
Imagine that conversation, followed by prayer, a moment of quiet reflection.
And then, a complete 180. Evening pub visit.
Recommended by Champ and Ben's host on the top floor of Westgate. What a contrast, right? Temple in the afternoon, pub at night.
Shows they were really open to everything Oxford had to offer. The spiritual, the social.
Exactly. Experiencing all the different sides of the culture. Day 8 was a big one. London.
Taking a day off class for it, too, since the official OISC trip was canceled.
Shows real initiative, that desire to see more. They took the train to Paddington. an hour journey.
London. Must have been exciting. The big group split up to explore.
Yeah, smaller groups make sense in a huge city. Their group went to Hyde Park first.
Nice bit of green space in the middle of everything.
Then onto the tube, the underground, to Westminster. Noted the lack of phone signal down there.
Ah, classic tube experience. But they used contactless payment again. Apple Watch even.
Super easy. And that daily fare cap on Transport for London is a lifesaver if you're traveling around a lot. 7.70 GBP, they noted.
Good practical info. So Westminster means?
Big Ben, Houses of Parliament,
Yeah.
the iconic view. Crowded, though.
Always. Saw the London Eye, grabbed a burger nearby, and walked across the river.
Hungerford Bridge, Golden Jubilee bridges. Walking gives you such a different feel for a city, doesn't it?
Yeah, you notice more, see things from different angles.
They didn't go on the London Eye, though. Time and money, practical choices.
Fair enough. More photos of Big Ben instead, then headed to Tower Hill.
But to see Tower Bridge, apparently a childhood connection for the student, seeing something you've known from pictures for years.
Oh, that makes it special, more meaningful.
Definitely. They saw the flowers for the Queen near the Tower of London, did some souvenir shopping, but the journey back hit a problem.
Oh, the train tickets again?
Off-peak tickets. Turns out you can't use them during the evening rush hour between 4 and 7 p.m. They hadn't realized.
Oops, so what did they do?
Plan B, the Oxford Tube bus. Runs 24 hours, takes contactless, saved the day.
Good old Oxford Tube. Shows you need backup plans.
And know the conditions of your tickets. Then it was a mad dash back to Oxford.
Why the rush?
Champ and Ben's host family was having a birthday party. They had to get a taxi from Oxford Brookes Uni to the restaurant.
Cutting it fine. Did they make it?
Sounds like it. Got to experience a proper British birthday party. Buffet, family, dancing.
Wow, talk about cultural immersion. That's the kind of experience you don't get on a standard tour.
Exactly. Day 9, another trip adjustment because of the Queen's passing. Instead of London again, it was Blenheim Palace.
Churchill's birthplace, right. Huge stately home.
That's the one. They were running late, had to grab a taxi to the meeting point for the bus. Sometimes you just have to.
40-minute bus ride, then hours exploring the palace and grounds. Must have been impressive.
A real dive into British history and grandeur. Day 10, another day trip, Swindon this time.
Okay, Swindon. Train ticket was cheap, 8.80's return.
Described as quiet, but the center and the outlet shopping area were busier. They wanted to see the Museum of Computing.
Let me guess. Closed.
Closed on Sundays. Always check opening times. Lesson learned again.
So, shopping instead. Then back to Oxford with a new plan.
Yeah. Decided to visit Christchurch. Heard it might be closing for a bit, and they got discounted entry.
Nice bit of luck. They walked from the station, saw the Harry Potter stuff, the Great Hall.
Must have been amazing for fans. A real highlight.
And the day ended at another pub.
The Bear. Oxford's oldest, apparently. Recommended by Kim from OISC. Tried a London Pride.
Soaking up that history pint by pint. Day 11 was the bank holiday for the funeral. What did they do?
Another day trip. Bristol this time.
They were really making the most of their time off. Group train ticket again.
Train was delayed, but they got there midday. Explored the floating harbor, Queen Square, and John, Champ and Ben's host, packed them lunch. Even one for our narrator.
That's so thoughtful. These hosts sound amazing.
Really seemed to be. They tried to visit an art center, Arnolfini, but closed for the holiday. Found a pub instead, small beer.
Tried some different beers.
Yeah, samples in a full pint. A good way to explore local brews. Use the voice scooters again, too.
Zipping around Bristol. Saw some old churches. But the main goal was...
Clifton Suspension Bridge. Iconic Bristol landmark.
Did they make it?
Yes, but they had to take a taxi and negotiate a return trip because time was tight. Just a quick photo stop.
Sometimes that's all you can do. Better than missing it entirely.
Then a mad dash back to the station, Bristol Temple Meads. Only 9 minutes till their train.
Stressful.
And they had a connection at Didcot Parkway with only 5 minutes.
No way. Did they make it?
Just by seconds, apparently. Phew. Classic travel drama.
My heart rate went up just hearing that. Okay, final days in Oxford approaching. Day 12.
More routine. Morning bus, classes with just tutor Stephen now. Lunch at Kokoro, sushi and bento. Big portions.
Afternoon was Oxford Castle and Prison again, but a proper guided tour this time.
And climb the hill next to it for city views. OISC provided free tickets, which was good.
Nice. Day 13, the very last day of classes.
Again, just tutor Stephen. Lunch back at the covered market. Then the afternoon was the certificate ceremony.
The official wrap-up at Oriel College. Sounds grand.
Ben from OISC presented certificates. Students shared experiences. Must have been a nice moment.
A good sense of accomplishment.
Then a final farewell walking tour to Magdalen College, more Harry Potter spots. Last chance for souvenirs.
And that evening sounds like a great cultural exchange.
Chatting with Austrian students at the host family's place. Sharing stories about home, England, cost of living. Trying to explain Tom Yum Goong.
Huh. That can be tricky. And Champ made a Thai dessert for the hosts.
Yeah, Bwot Man, a sweet potato dish. Food again, bringing people together.
And a heartfelt goodbye chat with John, Champ, and Ben's host. Promises to return.
Those connections really matter, don't they? The photo with John and his dog Milo, a lovely memory.
Then day 14, departure day.
Relaxed morning, packing. Farewell photos with Anam and Hafsa, who gave them chocolate. So sweet.
Last-minute book shopping, another goodbye to John. Seems like they really connected with him.
Definitely. Then meeting the main group at the Ashmolean Museum for the airport transfer.
Anam even drove our student there. Another kind gesture. And invited them back.
Shows the impact they made. Bus to Heathrow with Kim, airport check-in, usual stuff. Tried to get a window seat.
Did they manage?
For London Muscat, yes. But it was a night flight. Oh well.
Can't win them all. Day 15 is the journey home.
Arrival in Muscat, quick layover, then the flight to Bangkok, landing back home around 6 p.m.
Farewells to the other students. End of the adventure. Just 15 days, but wow.
Exactly. So thinking back on this whole deep dive, what really stands out?
Just how much you can pack into a short time. It wasn't just classes. It was unexpected adventures, navigating problems, making real connections.
Yeah, the richness of it, it's that blend of the planned stuff and the, ending up in Wales stuff and the kindness of people, the hosts, the train staff.
That really comes to it. And for you listening, maybe it's that Wales story that sticks, or the pub versus the temple day.
Or just the practical side, figuring out buses, contactless payments, dealing with delays, little insights into daily life there.
Those aha moments, like the lottery rules or pub culture, they tell you so much.
Absolutely. It's about noticing those differences, those similarities. So as you've heard the story unfold, maybe think about your own experiences, times you stepped outside your comfort zone.
Big trips or small moments, things that changed your perspective even a little bit.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. What small thing could you do, maybe even today, to explore something new, learn something unexpected?
You don't always need a plane ticket for that. How can you find your own deep dive right where you are?